Guys, welcome back to another Forex market analysis session. My name is Alexander Nikitin. I'm a professional trader and a programmer as well. If you guys are new, what I'm doing here, I'm showing some good opportunities that are on my radio and that may work in the following days. And also I'm having a kind of educational stuff here, explaining you the tips and hints about technical analysis and some psychology advices as well. Okay, so let us start. As usual, I start from my high time frame, which is daily. My pair for today is pound dollar. First, what you need to know, you need to have some good idea in your mind. So this is a very simple idea that markets are consolidating 70% of the time and they are trending only 30% of the time. So what means consolidating? It means that price is bouncing off support resistance zones. This means consolidating. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So we have 70% probability that price will bounce, and we only have 30% probability that the price will break that, showing us some directional movements, showing us some trend. And let's go to examples on the chart. Let us have some movement to the downside, outside return, then we have another movement to the downside. So this is a support or resistance zone, sorry, let me mark that. Look what happened when price approached that resistance zone. It bounced, came once again, bounced once again, then it came once again, bounced once again, another test, another bounce, and then we spiked that through. So we won 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and one time we lost our money. So if your stop loss equals your take profit, you will generate money because you are winning 4 times and losing only 1 time. It is 80% probability in this particular situation. Let's look at another situation. We have the directional movement, we have an outside return, and then we have a continuation. So we have a resistance zone here as well. Look what happened when price came to that resistance zone. It bounced to the downside. It came again, it bounced to the downside. So 2 setups, 2 winners, 100% of probability in this particular case. Okay, what we have right now, we had a directional movement, we had an outside return, and we bounced off some resistance zone. The market shows some turning point here. So the prediction is the same as it was in the previous cases. If price moves to the upside and hits that resistance zone, it will most likely bounce, then to break. 30% to break, 70% to bounce. So we have probabilities, we have edge in our favor. Well, there is a reasonable question. How do I find those support and resistance zones? How do I know that this is a reliable zone and it is not some kind of noise that is insignificant? Well, and my answer is practice. Practice, practice, and practice. I have spent thousands of hours staring at the charts, doing my back testing to figure out what are those good turning points and what are not very good turning points. And then I transferred my knowledge from my mind into a programming code and have created an indicator that I call fractal zone indicator. So let me show how it works. We have some settings here. Let me show this one. This means the time frame. It is daily in minutes. 1440 means daily. If you use 4 hour, it is 240. 1 hour means 60, and so on and so forth. Boom. And it shows support and resistance zone. Support is green, resistance is red. Every time you have that red rectangle, when price comes to retest that red rectangle, it will most likely bounce off that. Bounce. It tests once again, look left, Yes, tests once again, and it bounced. So the resistance worked. And the same with support. We have a support, it tested the support, and then it bounced off that support level. Once you have those rectangles on your chart, everything becomes easy. So you just wait until price goes to that support or resistance zone, and you are making a prediction of bouncing from that support. But this is only the half of the analysis. This is only the higher time frame analysis. The next half is to find some reasons for entry. Okay, you know that the price will most likely move to the downside if it reaches the resistance zone. But how can you get involved? How will you enter? How will you execute your trade? Where will you exactly place your take profit and stop loss? Okay, let us switch to the trading time frame. And how I do those trades, how do I decide to get involved? I am using the advanced pattern formations. In this particular case, we have a bad pattern formation. It is a Fibonacci 4-leg structure that has a combination of ratios. So first of all, I need to find some movement, and I stretch my fibs from X to A. And I look at the retracement, that should be at least 50% we have here. Then I stretch my fibs to measure this movement, and it should be at least 382 that we have here. And if these two criteria are met, then the bad pattern completes at 887 level. This level is in the middle of that daily resistance zone. So if price goes to that daily resistance zone, we have a 70% probability of moving to the downside. And guys, we know exactly where to place the take profit. The take profit is 382 of A to D. 382 of A to D. And the stop loss should be placed above X point. So you're risking this little to generate this much and having very good probabilities. Okay, it may look a bit complicated to draw these advanced pattern formations because you need to know how you can choose these first legs, the requirements for choosing the first leg. You need to know the exact ratios for the second leg. You need to know exact ratios for the third leg, and you need to know the exact ratio for entry. You need to know where to place your stop loss and where to place your take profits. So you need to know lots of stuff. But for you guys, I have created a special script that will do all that work for you. Just mark the potential setup with trend lines and run the script. It will draw the pattern, showing you the entry, the stop, and the target. Very, very convenient. If you are not very much seasoned, if you have a lack of practice of trading these patterns, this manual pattern search will assist you very good. Well, the setup for today is this bad pattern. You see the numbers of 1.27, 30, and 7 to the for your entry, just limit order. 1.27295 is your stop loss, and 1.25049 is your take profit. See these numbers. This is the trade setup for you. I explained how I found that setup, how I did my high time frame analysis, my trading time frame analysis. I also have shown you how simple it is to find those setups using my indicators and scripts. If you want to have a copy of these indicators, contact me in private messages on TradingView or on Facebook. You can find the links in the description below this video. Until then, guys, I hope you'll trade your plans and hope to see you next time.